Crims will find the... Actually, Amid's going to find the shutdown onto Fire Mana. Also wanted to mention that all the kills are situated on the correct members. You want them to go on your Lissandra and your Callista at this point in the game. All 8 of BBZ's kills are on the correct members. Granted, you still want to try and get Jaffe off the bench a little bit here, get them warmed up, get them into the game a little bit more. Amid taking a bunch of damage here. Daisy, by the way, definitely balanced. Does not do way too much damage there, as it's just single-handedly holding off that 1v2 under the tower. Oh my goodness. The teleport onto Daisy, though, might actually ruin this fight. Dax gonna go golden. Fire Mana's here. The ultimate's there. The Frozen Tomb shuts it down. It's the turnaround there. The teleport onto Daisy ends up working out as Dax stays alive to see another day. The Lorax came. He spoke for the trees and said, don't kill Ivern.
So this is... So I'm going to say we have to report Amid here, and it's not going to be for the reason that you believe. Oh, would you stop fighting when I'm trying to make jokes, bro? Come on.
Yeah, Jaffe gonna be in a little bit of trouble here, facing down the boar and the ram.
All right,
the whole farm coming to shut down that Shyvana.
My man Jacob here has been carrying it this game, and he was... I was about to say sporting a hundo. He had the 100% kill participation up until Amid had to int it there and ruin my man's kill participation. I don't like that. I don't respect it.
Yeah, and Rad trying to take down that tower as well. It takes a little bit of damage from Ariri, who's just the beneficiary of having the tower present. Gonna be a hook there onto Jacob Dudar, though, but pulling right back in time. Will Jacob Dudar go back in? No, just going to evacuate. The Ballista combo comes to truth there, but not in the way that we're used to seeing it. Jacob Dudar stays alive.
So... in the end, all's well that ends well. I thought that we were going to see Jacob going in like a madman. He does have the Nikes. There really has not been that much opportunity for him to make some Nike gaming plays with the mobility boots. So I'd be interested to see now as he's starting to approach, you know, full build, as you would say, as a support when he completes his mythic item, actually. How much he's going to be able to move between lanes, or how much he's going to be sticking with the Callista on this. Because it seems like they're still not actually been able to really get this push on the mid. I think this will be the push here, as it looks like there is some engagement here in the mid lane. But they still have mid tower up, which keeps a little bit of tempo at bay for them, as they can keep the wave bouncing off of it.
Yeah, and something I like to do as well is sort of take inventory of how this top lane is going, because we don't get to talk about them enough. Of note, Anathema's Chains picked up first item by Trollsing You. If we can hover over Trollsing, we'll find... Oh, they're on...
Oh, it's on Jaffe.
Yeah, it's on Jaffe, so just trying to survive that 1v1. But of note, Jaffe going for the Ravenous Hydra on the Shyvana, so trying to get as much healing as possible, not the Blade of the Ruined King as expected. What that means is that now Jaffe has wave clear and is just going to be able to sit on this top side of the map, pick up the Rift Herald as well, and now is going to start to open up those gates on the top side. Just be a menace to deal with for Trollsing, who, despite the chains, may not be able to hold it down Jaffe much longer. You may have the chains, but Jaffe's a dragon, can break free from those at any point. Unfortunately, no Silas. Did play it yesterday, so might just be used to breaking chains as well.
I mean, for those of you that know your Game of Thrones, I mean, the Mother of Dragons was the breaker of chains, so that all tracks with me. I think that this is still very much Jaffe just being able to slap around the Ornn here. Let's see how much oh, we're gonna have a dragon fight here. He's got 1,000 gold in his pocket. We're gonna see this fight here. I'm not really sure if they should be here for this fight. I don't know if this is as we're gonna get to dive in.
Ooh. Yeah, Death Charge gonna come down onto Red, not taking any damage. Krim's going into that backline, finds the stun, but it won't be enough. Here come the teleports from both of the top laners. Ornn gonna be arriving a little bit late. Jaffe has arrived! Here comes the dragon, descends down onto everyone, and the Frozen Thrall's doing overtime here, finding a third kill of that fight. Amid is gonna get flashed on here, knocking back Jaffe. Music Boy will turn one back around. Jaffe just sitting in this bush, waiting for the cooldowns. The Flame Breath will not be able to clean that one up, as both of the 80 carries going to stay alive, but it's a second dragon picked up by the side of Art of War Esports, alongside 3 extra kills in their coffers.
All right, Shyvana has got her 2 dragons stacked. She's getting 15 armor magic resistance. I couldn't remember how much she gets per level, so that's why I wanted to hover over it. Or per dragon, rather. So, that's good. Getting some stats for their top laner. Hey, thanks for being on top lane island all game. We're going to stack your passive for you. As I was trying to allude before that fight, I really don't think that I don't think that that was the fight for Art of War Esports. Tristana's about to go back now, I believe. She does, oh my gosh, she has 3 more stacks on her Cole. Oh no. But I think she's going, yeah, she's going back now to complete an item. She ends up with the why am I blanking on the name here? The Navori Quick Blades here.
Blades.
I'm always a proponent of if you're that close to an item completion and you don't really need to take the fight, like there's not like soul point or anything like that, you should probably just push waves. And that was one where I was not sold on the idea of Art of War Esports showing up for that. But to point out, Music Boy and Amid did get out alive, and they dealt us considerable amount of damage in that fight, which is why I think, you know, there's still opportunity for them.
Yeah, there was considerable amounts of damage. Unfortunately, close only matters in horseshoes and hand grenades. And unfortunately, the hand grenade known as Lissandra passive sort of ruined the rest of Art of War Esports there. They group up and they just get absolutely rinsed by the damage coming through from Fire Mana. Granted, Fire Mana needs to be careful. Will freeze themselves up here. Fire and Ice meet once again, but unfortunately the fire is under Fire Mana's ass there as a mid just going to blow them up instead. Into the backline goes Jaffe, though. Might be a little bit too deep for the rest of the team to follow up. The shield's not going to be enough as Music Boy turns it back around. Hook over the wall by Jacob Dudar will sequester Music Boy away from the rest of the team, but Dax taking so much damage. Champion Red trying to dish out the damage. Going to be able to pull the spears back. Takes down Crims as well, and Champion Red is still alive in the front line. It's a double kill picked up by the Callista. Better keep that name in mind because Red is coming for the championship. It's 8 kills on the Callista as they continue to wreck house on the side of Art of War Esports. Blue by Yuzu now picking themselves up to what will end up being about a 5,000 gold lead.
Yo, everyone in the league better put some respect on my man Jacob Dudar's name. He is support carrying this game so hard, not to take away from how well that was played out by BBZ, but the idea to take Music Boy out of the back line, and whether or not, you know, he died there, which, you know, he did not end up dying there, that was the play, and that's what allowed them to get the kill before, you know, that fight really got out of hand. And keeping Music Boy's DPS off to the side and just absorbing himself, like, that's just one of those plays that just, it's the reverse Cassante, if you will, pull them through the wall instead of diving through the wall with them. And just separated up the fight so that his carries could get the damage down that they needed to onto their carries without having as much return fire coming their way.
The reverse Cassante, you mean the reverse champion who has 4,700 HP, 329 armor, 203 magic resist? Oh, man.
Exactly.
I've been trying to learn that entire copy pasta in Korean just so that I can drop it at a random moment. And when it happens, I'm sure you'll realize because I'll switch to Korean and it'll be the only thing that I know how to say in that language. Nonetheless, Blue by Yuzu are doing a great job of holding tempo at this point. 1-1-11 on Dax, 0-0-11 on Jacob Dudar. The two supports have really done their job when it comes to facilitating the expression of power from Red and Fire Mana thus far. Jaffe as well starting to ramp up, as despite in that last fight sort of going down very early on, was still able to dish out a decent amount of chip damage that really made the difference when it came to the latter end of that fight. And all Champion Red had to do was dish out the spears, the rune on Hurricane, everyone up in his face, just able to rend at a moment's notice and clean up the fight after that. Something I want to take an eye on here is what the fourth item is going to be for Red. Because there is a certain point on Callista before the attack speed cap where getting more attack speed doesn't help you. And I'm curious to see if that stage has already been met for Red and if they'll go for the Titanic Hydra. Because something that Callista can do is clear waves very effectively with the rune on Hurricane. But if you have Titanic Hydra, you just need to stand there, you're tanky, and you just sort of throw them out, and you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah, she is very near the cap. I think we're now at the point where you just want to actually build something like a Bloodthirster, some AD, get some kind of effect. You do not need to continue to stack the attack speed that Ginsu's. And the Runons, both with good on-hit passives. Oh, no.
Oh my, the fight going to break out, though. Ornhorn comes across, but it's a huge root coming down as well from Fire Mana. It's gonna be kept alive, but Amid! Oh my goodness, Amid going sicko mode in the backline. It's a triple kill picked up by the Tristana. It's 4 for Amid, and at a moment's notice, it looked as if, like, it just came out of nowhere.
All right, so this is interesting. So they're over here. They see them coming up here. They throw out the arrow that hits Champion Red here. Meanwhile, Amid is just off to the side. They have no idea where he's coming from, and then he's just right there in the back line. I saw that, and I was like, they're so cooked. They have no idea where he's coming from, so I wanted to highlight that with the vision. Amid is absolutely running this game 1v9 right now. No offense to Art of War Esports, but my man is carrying you.
Wow, and Jaffe was doing the dragon this entire time. And their call was to say, hey, let's solo the dragon, let's check Baron to see if anything's going on. Oriri will be able to get out of there without too much trouble, but Amid has been fantastic this entire season. Yesterday, I was talking to Brendan on the cast about potential MVP candidates, and Jakun came up as a mid laner who's been excellent for Fat Pikachu despite their recent struggles. Jakun has had an incredible season. Amid has always been a step ahead in my eyes, and most likely is frontrunner for MVP at this point because they've been excellent at finding fights when they matter, having huge damage share numbers. You know, the stats don't lie, the eye test doesn't lie, and Amid has just been carrying Art of War Esports despite some interesting early games from them, and that is leading to them having this 12-4 record. They are able to play through mid so well, and living up to the name Amid. Should just rename to the mid at this point, because that is exactly what they have been in this league. They have been massive, and gold lead now non-existent. It does not exist between these two teams. It is down to 400 gold. They have mounted the comeback. They have come back from the depths of despair, and now is where I start to worry about the efficiency, the efficacy of the Callista, because she's at 3 items, but in the last fight, she did nothing.
Yeah, it basically goes to the point you were making before the fight kicked off. Is like you can hit a critical mass of how much attack speed and how much damage you need to get out over the course of those attacks does become a factor. And I'm not, I'm not sure if having a damage item third would have been enough to carry that fight, considering how cracked Amid's flanking maneuver was on that, as Amid is going to clear out turret on the bottom side. Fire Mana just taking some oncoming there. But it looks like this fight is for, of course, as we would all expect at 25 minutes, the top lane tier 1 turret, as Tristana is just going to run down Lissandra, but we're going to stay up top.
Yeah, the issue is the longer this fight goes, the more time Amid has to just end the game on their own. Trollsing just going to be backing off. A teleport will be expanded. Actually, it's just going to be the reset. Red will be able to get back there. Not going to be stopped in time, but it's already one Nexus Tower down. It's going to be a second one taken down as well. Amid goes through a bot lane here. Red has no chance. Amid's just going to end the game.
Yep. Well, you know, I think we all expected this game the way it was going, that it was obviously going to be a backdoor from Amid while we were scrapping on the top side over the tier 1 turret, as that is going to be the win coming out for Art of War Esports. What did I tell you? Believe in my boy Amid. Oh, both my...
I don't know what just happened there. 11-2 and 2 to close that one out. Eventually, everyone filed in one by one to get the Amid show there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Blink and you miss it.
Yeah.
There was a game going on there for a second. I don't know if you noticed, but yeah, I really when I saw that we had the split push coming in from Amid, I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. They're gonna engage them up here. He's probably gonna push up and get this inhibitor, and then. That we did not see the fight with Fire Mana there in the end. I'm not sure what happened there, where it must have been Amid was just able to get a sneaky on him. So I'm not sure how Fire Mana was in a position to die in there after he had taken that oncoming. But then it just became a game of stop the backs. We saw a really incredible ultimate from Trollsing You there at the end, able to stop 2 backs. In the end, one was able to get through for, I believe you said it was Champion Red in the backline rather, that was able to get out, but it was too little too late. They mid had already gotten down most of the turrets, and the reinforcements were able to come through with the follow-up TPs as well. So in the end, Art of War Esports able to snag victory from the Jaws defeat.
Yeah, just great stuff. And I want to focus on the gold here. Everyone in this game, except for 2 members, had under 10,000 gold. One of them was Champion Red, who had 8 kills in the early game at fantastic stuff, 12.8 thousand gold. The next one was a mid, who had 10,000 more gold than everyone else on his team. A mid 1v9 that game. This is the first time that we can confidently say that was a 1v9 performance, because a mid found one fight that worked for them, got a quadra kill, and then ended the game on their own effectively. Trollsing just showed up for the picture day at the end. Basically was told from a friend, hey, you know what? You should show up for this picture. You know, you were part of this club at some point. It's like, yeah, I'll teleport in there. A mid 1v9 this game. Had a 5-level advantage on Fire Mana and Champion Red at the end of that game.
Can we, and again, this is my man here. Can we pour one out for poor Jacob, who just got absolutely inted by his team on this one? 2-1 and 12 as a support Blitzcrank. My man is literally reporting his whole team on this one.
Yeah, an unfortunate ending for the side of Blue Bayou Zoo, but I believe that locks in Art of War Esports for top 2. I think I'm pretty sure they're locked in for top 2. I'm not even going to bother doing the math behind it because I'll probably screw something up down there. At the very least, they've got a tiebreaker or something. But nonetheless, great stuff coming through from Art of War Esports. We will be heading to a final game in just a little bit. But until then, we're going to head to a break. Stick around for the last game of the night.